Let's go to our first down as we kick off this opening drive, brought to you by Chevy, as we are just 8 days away from the 2026 NFL Draft. Veteran draft analyst for ESPN, the one, the only, Mel Kiper Jr. released his final 2-round mock for this cycle. And here's a look at who he has the Bears taking. In the first round, pick 25. He's the Bears taking Zion Young. We've heard Clay Harbor talk about him a bit on this show. Treydan Stukes, a safety out of Arizona, could be the pick in round 2, number 57 overall. And round 2, pick number 60 overall, Mel Kiper Jr. has the Bears taking Logan Jones, a center out of Iowa, guys. How do you feel about those 3 players for the Bears in those spots?
Strikes me as safe and somewhat practical. I think if you go to Zion Young that high, you've seen him mocked maybe as low as 40, Clay. I don't know if that's a little high. I think it's a little high for the center, Logan Jones from Iowa as well. If you draft a center in the second round, I think you're getting a starter. You want a guy to start from day one. I don't think they're looking at that from the center position. Little surprised. I do like Stukes. His versatility is what Dennis Allen's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Zion Young is a safe pick, hint, hint, for Clay's corner maybe. He's a guy that if Dennis Allen played the game man, there was this feature called Create a Player. That's the player he's creating, the long, lengthy guy, edge setter, one of the best run-stopping edge defenders in the league, Treydan Stukes. The guy's a freak athlete, won the state triple jump championship in high school, and he just excelled at the combine. 4.33 40, had a 38-inch vertical, 10-10 broad, freak athlete. He could play linebacker, he could play cornerback. He was a cornerback, he's got some safety versatility. I think that's where the Bears see him, one of those positionless players. Logan Jones, a little high, but he started 50 straight games at center. You can count on one hand the amount of pressures he gave up during that time. He had the fastest time at the combine for an offensive lineman in the 40-yard dash. Really athletic, really good pass protector, but as you said, David Haugh, Garrett Bradbury wouldn't be the starter if they drafted a center in the second round.
Well, you have to remember, guys, Garrett Bradbury's on a relatively team-friendly deal, a one-year contract. And if you're bringing in someone in to compete for that spot, and worst-case scenario, he redshirts a year, and this is your center of the future, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears do take a center
Those
that
are good
high.
points. Clay, let's go back to Stukes for a second, because I think when they talked about Kobe Bryant, they talked about his explosiveness and his versatility. Also a guy who played corner in college. Seems very similar in terms of the skill set.
And you know what Stukes is? He's a trained killer. He can blitz, he can hit, and he's one of those guys that you can just put him anywhere. Like I said, NFL's become a game of matchups. You want to bring in a tight end, you want to force them to match in base. With Stukes, you don't have to do that because he can stop the run even in base. If you bring in 4 wide receivers, he can guard a receiver. You can put him in the slot. So he's a guy that eliminates these mismatch problems. Just like I talked about Keontae Scott from Miami, Treydan Stukes and him, they're the same type of player. They're both a little older. They both have an injury history, but there's a high upside for both of them.
Back to your point about Jones, you're exactly right about the draft. We have to remember, they're not drafting just for next season as much as we're fixated on where they can go in 2027 or 2026. They're drafting for 2027 and beyond. In that context, I think you could justify Logan Jones in the second round.
Okay, Clay, I do want to ask you this because we've heard you talk a lot about the Illinois defensive end, Gabe Akis, who in Mel Kiper's mock draft was still on the board at number 57 when the Bears take Treydan Stukes at that spot. So even if the Bears draft a player like a Zion Young in the first round, would you completely rule them out taking another defensive end in the second?
Absolutely not. To me, that's just responsible roster building. You're giving yourself another edge rusher. They need a lot of help there, David. They don't need one okay player. And the thing that I like most about it is Zion Young and Gabe Akis are different players, right? Gabe is more of a leverage guy, the former wrestling state champion. He can set the edge, but he's a pass rusher. Zion Young only had 6 sacks as a senior. He's really good at setting the edge. So these two guys could play against each other. It's like Ben Johnson talked about, like to have different pieces, a basketball team, guys that can do different things. I think they could fit together, and I would not be upset because they both also have position versatility. If it's in a pass rush situation, you can move Gabe Akis down to a 3 technique and let him rush from inside.
I wouldn't love it.
Okay, there you have it. Let's go to our second down of this opening drive as we move past the first and second rounds of the draft. Let's talk about that third round. Kind of an untold story here. It's hard to predict what happens there. For whatever reason, it's been maybe one of the toughest rounds for the Bears to navigate in Ryan Poles' history. Here's the 4 third-round picks Chicago has made over the last 9 drafts, so Ryan Poles and beyond. Karan Amagaji in 2024, Zach Pickens in 2023. Zach Pickens no longer on the team. Velus Jones Jr. no longer on the team. David Montgomery, obviously, off to Detroit, now off to Houston. Third-round picks, guys, they're usually still in the range of prospects that are expected to pan out. Do you think there's anything that the Bears can draw on their experience there to be better in that second round?
When you look at it the way we just presented it, there's a trend that is very troubling if you're Ryan Poles and the Bears organization. So you have to be introspective and honest with yourself. What are you looking for in a third-round pick? Are you looking for a developmental guy like those three examples are and didn't work out? I think you need to look more, Clay, for guys who may have dropped for whatever reason, guys who are closer to being on the field, guys who are highly productive with maybe a hint of risk involved. The three guys that were mentioned that didn't work, Velus Jones, Zach Pickens, and Amagaji, weren't exactly guys, injuries got in the way, but I don't think they ever were guys you were waiting for because, boy, that production is just there. Maybe you're going to have to look at it a little bit differently and what the expectations are about immediately using a third-round pick.
What I'm seeing in the third round of the draft for Ryan Poles is he's trying to swing for the fences. He sees Zach Pickens. He's talking about grading the flashes. This guy had some great flashes, but if you turn on the tape, so inconsistent. Velus Jones, the guy was so fast. If we can just teach him how to catch the football, maybe we got a player there. Karan Magaji, longest arms in the draft, really big offensive lineman. He went to Yale, and he wasn't even great at Yale. They're trying to hit the home run. Sometimes you need to hit the double. Draft a guy with a lower floor, a better player, and maybe not the ceiling to turn into something like Velus Jones that has the 4.2 speed but can't catch a cold.
You're looking for somebody that can be active on game day, I think, as soon as week one. And when you're looking about those guys, those were clearly developmental projects. And you were talking about Velus Jones, who had the age on him as well, which was a bad pick because he was already older than his peers. So you need to rethink this if you're Ryan Poles and be honest about what you haven't done.
Who could be on the field as starters in either offense or defense or contribute in some possible way, maybe even on special teams. I think, we're talking about Ruben Hippolyte, who was a fourth-round pick. He couldn't even get active on game day. When you're talking about how fast he was, that's why he was the guy. He wasn't athletic enough to go play on special teams.
Third rounds, you like to get cornerbacks that are ready and linebackers that can play special teams.
That's a position in the draft where you do want to find a starter. I'm not ready to give up on Karan Amagaji. I know I might be the only one in Chicago to say that. He had a strong camp before he got hurt. I think Amagaji, if he can finally stay healthy, this year he could factor into that left tackle battle. Call me crazy, and we'll see what happens.
It's a little crazy, Clay.
It's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Moving on to our third down of this opening drive. Some news for the league as John Harbaugh's first offseason with the Giants. Off to an eventful start, to say the least. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reporting that the negotiations between New York and their star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence have, quote, reached an impasse. The Giants have talked with multiple teams about making a trade, and Rappaport adds that this situation, quote, should come to a head before the draft. Some ambiguity there, as there always seems to be. But I will ask you guys this. Do you think the Bears are one of those teams that are getting on the call to see what it would take?
No doubt about it. You have to do your due diligence. You are a team that wants to return to the playoffs. You just got to the postseason, and you need to, as we talked yesterday, look for those blue players. Look for those stars that are in the middle of a defense that are Dennis Allen types or not. But I think with Lawrence, he's got the track record, Clay, and you can justify making an offer that would include a high draft pick if it's your first rounder. Maybe it's a second. Maybe it wouldn't be that high. You just don't know what the Giants are looking for to unload somebody who could be a problem. Also, the biggest question with this would be salary cap manipulation. If you can find a way to restructure other contracts, because frankly, you haven't had to do that a lot this offseason like you thought you might. So there are contracts that could be restructured, Clay, as you know, and you can manipulate the cap so you can fit Lawrence under it.
Yeah, I think Ryan Poles should absolutely make the call. He should call him and say, hey, I'm not interested. I'm sorry, you have a great player here, but I'm not giving up premium draft capital and then signing a guy to a deal that is mad with $20 million a year because he saw Jordan Davis make 26. You're going to have to not only give up the first rounder and maybe then some, or a second in 2 seconds, you're giving him a setting contract, a record-setting contract for the position. So you got to think smart here. You want to find some good, solid players on rookie deals. That's responsible roster building. You already got Dio. You already got Grady. Go to the draft and draft your replacement.
With due respect, you just cited one guy that is not going to be back this year because of an Achilles surgery in Dio Dangbo, and Grady Jarrett, who spent last season recovering from a knee procedure that he's past his prime. With Dexter Lawrence, you have a 28-year-old defensive tackle who is a Pro Bowler right now.
9 years in the league.
Entering his prime, near the end of his prime. If you get 2 to 3 good years out of him and your defense is good enough to help you get to the NFC Championship, then this is worth all of the stuff that you would be picking up the phone and not hanging up, Clay, you need to at least explore it.
Oh, if you think this is your one piece away and he's your piece, absolutely go for it. But if you think we need to build this roster, we have several holes to fill. We need an edge rusher. We need a safety. We might need another running back. We might need a center for long term. Then you don't do it because
Ruthie.
you're not
Break
only.
the tie.
I give Clay credit because he's consistent. He didn't want Max Crosby either. He said, "You're not one Max Crosby away. You're not one Dexter Lawrence
he is
away."
Consistent.
You're consistent, Clay. I appreciate it.
So
but
am
I will say this 100%. I will say this that
you gotta hit the homer.
hit the home runs. I will say that we're not at the ballpark today, guys. No more baseball puns. No, listen. I think the Dexter Lawrence situation is different than the Max Crosby situation because of maybe the health situation and in a simple way of putting it.
Yeah.
But I also think that if you do add Dexter Lawrence to this current roster, it provides you a lot of flexibility in the draft. And you can maybe add some of those future pieces and swing for the fences in other positions.
The Bears are last in cap space in the National Football League. They're kind of finagling. They're going to have to get some stuff done to sign their draft picks.
Matt Feinstein, Michigan grad.
Hey, give
Matt
him
Feinstein.
a raise if he could find a way to put Dexter Lawrence on his roster.
All right, let's move on. I just like to poke you. Okay, let's go to our fourth down of this opening drive. Down in Tampa, Buccaneers owner Joel Glazer said this on a potential contract extension for Baker Mayfield. If the quarterback's making top money, then your team's probably doing well and the quarterback's performing well. That's obviously a key component to success. That doesn't hurt at all to write that check. It's something that all teams do when you have good quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, guys, you know I was a Baker stan all season long, really up until the very end.
Remember that.
He's heading into the final year of his contract. Do you think that the Bucs will pay him top market quarterback money, and how much do we even think Baker's worth?
Well, I think he's a top 10 quarterback because of the way he has enjoyed his career renaissance, and he has reinvented himself in Tampa as a leader, as a winner, as a resourceful quarterback who was living up to all the hype when he came into the league first overall. Baker Mayfield, Clay, as you grimace at what I'm saying, he is definitely a guy that you have to reinvest in if you are Joe Glazer, because you don't have any other choice.
No, you have to invest in him, but Baker, I'm sorry, is not a top 10 quarterback. He's more along the 15 line. I could probably roll off the quarterbacks right now that are better than him. Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Jared Goff. He is not in that caliber. Baker is a guy that you can win with. He is not a guy that you can win because of. I think you give him that top 15 money, 48 to 50 million. I think he'll still be baking. He'll be cooking if you give him that money, but he is not getting top-of-the-line money.
I think he's going to end up with a contract that it is in the top 10 because contracts are projections, and I think that everything about the NFL inflation tells me that he will be near there. I'm not saying he is in terms of production right now. I think I could name 10 quarterbacks I might rather have, but the cost of living in the NFL keeps on going up.
Yeah.
So by the end of this, I think he's going to end up there.
I think if you're the Bucs, let Baker Mayfield play 7-8 weeks of the season. Put him up to the fire and say, hey, Baker, you want a contract? Play for us, right? Play well for us.
He has played well for them.
The first half of the season, he played great. The second half of the season, when the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young beat him out for the playoffs, he did not. What are you going to do now that Mike Evans is gone?
I can't believe you're arguing against Baker.
No. I'm not arguing against Baker, but I think Baker Mayfield is at his best when people doubt him.
Yeah.
So if you say,
That's
hey,
fair.
Baker, show us what you can do
that's
this
a good
year.
Point.
He's got a little chip on his shoulder, plays well for the team, then you can sign him. It's a win-win.
Now you're cooking.
Love it. Now you're cooking with hot gas. Ooh, that time of year. We got to bring that back at some point before Thursday.